Hello everyone, back tuning into today's first video during weekend forecast. As always on a Saturday, we're having a detailed look at the weather for the week ahead. And we're going to have a lot of dry and warm weather to start off with. It's going to turn a bit more unsettled later on though. So a bit of a week of two halves really. The first half, have lots of dry, settled weather. Second half, will be a little bit more dodgy. But even then, it's not going to be a complete and total washout. And temperatures are looking really quite warm throughout the week. So that's on the plus side. This evening, later on this afternoon into this evening, we're going to have the latest ENSO update. We'll be looking at everything that's going on in the equatorial Pacific Ocean in terms of El Nino, that kind of thing. And that's going to be with you around 5 o'clock, something like that, on the ENSO updates page. So keep an eye out for that later. Before I get on with the weekend forecast, just to say about the websites using for the weekend forecast, coming from the weatheroutlook.com and weathercentral.de, and finally to both websites on the links page. I'm starting with the radar picture, but I don't think we'd better dwell on it for too long because actually, it's a universally dry day across the country, or almost universally. Just making out a few little spots of rain, perhaps across the very, very far north of Scotland. But that really is struggling to find something to talk about. Essentially, it's a dry day, so let's not dwell on that too long. And the reason it's a fine day is that we've got 1,030 millibar area of high pressure sitting right over top of the country. This is the Stockton pressure chart today with a big ridge there over the UK. So the weather's set there, and it's a pretty good time to set your barometer to around 1,030 millibars. We're going to have a dry and sunny afternoon coming up. Virtually all parts of the country do get out and make the most of it. Light winds as well. Winds are lighter for most of us compared to yesterday, so it's feeling warmer in that sunshine. The exception is the South Coast and Channel. We've got stronger breeze down there. You notice ice bars a little bit more tightly packed. So it is windier on the south coast. There's a little bit more cloud coming through there as well. But the majority of the country, the vast majority, it's dry, it's fine, it's sunny. And it's going to be warm with temperatures ranging from around 13 to 17 degrees. Overnight tonight, this area of high pressure is going to stay in control. So virtually the whole of the country will be dry again. A little bit more breeze down in the southwest, a little bit windier there, and a little bit more cloud also. Parts of southwest England through the Channel coming onto the south coast. But most parts of the country are going to have clear skies tonight, light winds, and it's a perfect recipe to get quite cold. So from Wales and the Midlands northwards, we probably have a fairly widespread frost again. Temperature could go down to -2 in some of the Scottish Glens. Otherwise, just close to 3. So nothing desperately severely cold. Nothing that's going to do too much damage, I wouldn't have thought. But it will be a cold night. There could be some mist and fog patches coming through as well. If you've got any tender plants out in the garden, it might be worth covering those up. But the plus side is that tomorrow high pressure is firmly in control again, so it really does look like a super Mothering Sunday indeed, with again long sunny spells coming through and light winds for most parts of the country. We might start off with some mist and fog patches, particularly in rural areas, and there's likely to be the frost, of course, up in central northern parts of the country, which will go very quickly as the sun we'll get rid of that very early on. But then it's going to be set there, essentially, with good spells of sunshine coming through. The exception, again, will be in the south and the southwest. A little bit more breeze there, a little bit more in the way of cloud. I don't think it'll be thick enough to produce any rain. It's going to be another almost universally dry day, I think, tomorrow. But it's worse down in the southwest in terms of cloud and a fresher breeze. Temperatures again around 13 to 17 degrees, feeling very pleasantly warm in the sunshine and in the light winds too. Do enjoy it. We go through into Monday, and the start of a working week is going to again essentially be under high pressure. Pressure is beginning to weaken a little bit, and low pressure is gathering out in the Atlantic. But for Monday, that high pressure is still in control enough to give us another almost universally dry day. Again, we'll have the sunny spells coming through. Don't think it'll be quite such a cold start either on Monday morning, so many of us will probably avoid a frost overnight Sunday into Monday, although there could still be patchy frost in the north. And essentially weather again set there with good spells of sunshine coming through. Temperatures on Monday, again, around 13 to 17 degrees. Things begin to change on Tuesday. Low pressure, it's a deep area of low pressure in the middle of the Atlantic, 975 millibars. It's a long way from us, but it is enough to begin to break down the ridge. So we start off on a dry and fine note. Much of England and Wales will stay dry and fine throughout the day with those sunny spells continuing to come through. For Scotland and Northern Ireland, it's going to turn cloudier, and we're going to freshen the southwesterly to southerly wind in the west as well. That will eventually introduce some outbreaks of showery and fairly patchy rain into Ireland and western parts of Scotland, with the rest of Scotland and probably northwest England turning just a little bit cloudier on Tuesday afternoon. Temperatures in the southeast, though, could be really warm ahead of this area of low pressure. We might see temperature going to around 19 degrees at 66 Fahrenheit in the southeast on Tuesday. Very mild day for all parts of the country, with temperatures again somewhere between around 13 and 17 degrees once more. That high pressure continues to weaken on Wednesday as low pressure gets ever closer to us. I think that's going to bring a more active weather system into west through the day. So we'll find outbreaks of rain and quite a strong south to southwesterly wind developing across Ireland and western Scotland through Wednesday morning. And then that spreads across the rest of Scotland into northwest England, into Wales, into southwest England too by the end of Wednesday afternoon, becoming quite wet in the west. That leaves the Midlands, much of east and southeast and southern central England, mostly dry. There will be sunny spells, but probably increasing cloud even into the southeast during the course of Wednesday afternoon. Temperatures in the southeast still very warm for time of year, up to around 18, possibly 19 degrees. In the west, despite the rain, it'll still be very mild. The temperatures of around 13 or 14 Celsius. And then you see by Thursday, low pressure is now taking over the pattern, swinging in from off the Atlantic as that high pressure is moved back into the east of Europe. So I think we're going to find Wednesday's initial weather front across eastern areas during the course of Thursday, producing outbreaks of probably fairly light and patchy rain, and then we're going to find another active weather system moving into west. That's probably going to bring heavy rain back to Ireland, Wales and southwestern England by the end of Thursday, driven in by quite a strong southerly wind. Temperatures will still be very mild but lower compared to the previous day, so probably somewhere around 10 to 15 Celsius. And then we get through into Friday, and look at this very unsettled weather patterns now established. So we may start off with outbreaks of quite heavy rain in eastern areas on Friday morning. That goes quickly, and then we're looking at a classic day of sunshine and April showers. So that's 31st of March, let's say sunshine and April showers on Friday around this area of low pressure. Some of the showers like to be heavy with a risk of hail and thunder. We might merge those showers into longer spells of rain in the north and the west. The east always getting the driest of the weather after that persistent rain clears away. Temperatures will be back to average, so probably somewhere around 8 to 13 Celsius, something like that. And then into next weekend, it looks like we're keeping it unsettled for Saturday. On Sunday, we might start to develop more of a ridge, especially so to the south. So a lot of showers to come on Saturday. Again, some of them heavy with risk of thunder and hail. And then we get through into Sunday, and the north probably still quite showery, but for the south, maybe a drier day on Sunday with more in the way of sunny spells going through. Temperatures will be back close to average, that way you'd expect for the start of April. If I have a look at the charts and weather outlook, so loads of dry weather coming up today. Look at that, bags of sunshine, universally dry. Temperatures pleasantly warm. Do get out and enjoy it. And it's the same for Sunday as well. Mother's Day looks really, really good with long sunny spells and warm temperatures, or warm for the time of year anyway, after perhaps quite a cold start in the north. More same for Monday. The high pressure continues, so lots of dry weather and temperatures will be pleasantly warm. But then on Tuesday, it starts to turn more unsettled in the north and the west, with those showery outbreaks of rain developing. The southeast hanging on to the dry weather, becoming really unusually warm in the southeast. Temperatures perhaps up to 19 degrees in the far southeast on Tuesday afternoon. More showery rain in the west, mostly dry in the east on Wednesday. And then Thursday, we find that rain progressing eastwards through the course of the day. So even eastern areas like to have outbreaks of rain at some point on Thursday, with again another heavier bout of rain coming into the west later on. And then that sets us up for a very showery end to the week. Showers or longer spells of rain on Friday. Hail and thunder could be mixed in, and those temperatures returning to where you'd expect them to be at the end of March into the start of April. So in summary, it's a week of two halves. We're starting off dry, fine and warm for the first 3 days or so. Then around the middle of the week, it begins to turn more unsettled in the north and the west. The east remains mostly dry and perhaps unusually warm for a time in eastern parts of the country Tuesday, Wednesday. And then by the end of the week, yes, we're all into unsettled weather then, with showers and longer spells of rain, most temperatures going back to normal. That's all for now. Come back later on for the March ENSO update. Tomorrow, we've got the Gas Weather Things Roundup, of course, what we always do on a Sunday. And we've also got the first seasonal model roundup for the summer. We'll get around 8 long-range models together and see what they're showing in terms of weather for this summer. That's going to be very interesting. So come back for that tomorrow. That's all for now, and thanks for watching.